Yeah, at this point, guys, I was literally about to throw my monitor out the window because my OBS settings totally went to hell. My apologies. I put on Instagram that the video is not going to happen today, but I fixed it. I know I'm running late. My apologies. It's 9:12 Eastern Standard Time on a Tuesday, July 5th, 2022. Again, I posted on Instagram that we weren't going to have it. Again, if you guys watch it, great. If you guys don't watch it, you can watch it later. I still wanted to do the video today. Good morning, everybody. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Again, my apologies for running late. I was trying to fix this OBS software, which is a giant pain in the ass. But again, better late than never. Let's rock and roll. If you want a little more detail on the morning's happenings, feel free to follow us on Twitter. We tweet all the highlights and all the information and all the news. And then, of course, on Instagram, I posted the Reuters report for the morning. So let's go ahead and get started. It is, again, 9:13 Eastern Standard Time, 13 minutes later than usual. Let's rock and roll. The Dow is down 387 points this morning. NASDAQ down 1.31. We flipped overnight. Remember, we were at 38.52 on ES. Now we're at 37.78. ES down 1.28% this morning. RTY Russell down 1.5%. Crude just fell right now. Let's go and take a look at it. Crude just fell pretty solidly at 105.42. Again, I'm still waiting for that 95 to 90 level on oil. Gasoline down as well. Now you're starting to get recession fears, which is hurting inflation. So again, we went from one to another. Gasoline down 3%, $3.57. Remember, we were around $4.40 at one point. Let's go ahead and take a look. I think at our peak, we were at $4.32 on gasoline. So big difference, almost $1 savings, at least on the gasoline front. Gold is down 0.41% this morning, even with the red market. Silver down 1%. The big reason here is the dollar. The dollar is up 1.18%. We're going to go and take a look at Forex now to see Euro USD. This is the euro dollar, probably one of the most traded currency pairs on planet Earth. They're down 139 pips right now. Insane. So again, 102.84. I'm pretty sure people overseas trade euro dollar. It's absolutely tanking. Dollar yen is holding higher, barely against the yen, 135.75. Bitcoin is still green on the future side, even with the dollar being strong. We were as high as around 20,005. I've been tracking it all weekend. Ethereum up 2%, but again down from overnight at 1,091. We'll take a look at put to call ratios as we open. The VIX this morning up 6.39%, testing that 30 level. That's your 200-day, so we're going to keep an eye on that. If you're taking a look at VIX on the 1 hour in terms of RSI, we are starting to get to the top of that. Let's take a look at yields. Yields continue to fall. As I've been kind of saying, what I've been expecting is that bonds are going to get bid. That's why I bought more TLT last week. Not a trade, again, just owning it and then getting rid of it later. So I guess kind of a swing. 27.57 is, or 27.30 is around the recent support that we had mid-May. 26.21, which would be 2.621% on a 10. That'll be your 100-day moving average on the daily. Let's keep an eye on that level. If you remember this downward channel we had before we broke out of that. So again, let's keep an eye on bond yields. Again, if rates start falling, again, that's starting to give a hint that the Fed may be stopping soon, or maybe turning around and start easing, if anything. But that's where we are this morning. Pretty ugly out there after that flip. 37.80 right now, starting to hit some kind of relative support on futures. I had futures long. I'm actually still holding it, to be honest, but my stop was 3,800. I'm still going to hold this here. I think we go ahead and retest to the upside. Again, pretty much the dollar kind of threw everyone out for a loop. Let's go and take a look at the dollar here together on the daily. You can see just a pure breakout pretty much across all major time frames. If we go to the 20-year, again, our next stop is 114.67. We haven't seen that since 2001. So again, kind of recessionary signal as well as the dollar is getting stronger. Yes. So again, now we're pivoting. The market is pivoting from high inflation to we're going to have a recession, which is deflationary. It'll work itself out. We have a new boogeyman now. We have a new goalpost to move over. So, hey, we wanted lower prices. Recession is that poison pill like we talked about, is the chemo to the cancer that is inflation. Here we are. This is where we are so far. Now we're kind of in mid-level range. Don't know what's going to happen next. In terms of support, we have 37.40 I'm looking at. 38.40 is my next resistance to the upside. We broke that, so let's see if 38.50 does break. Let's take a look at some pre-market movers. I think I have the pre-market movers here. Pre-market. Let's see. Bring this up here. Okay, another question here. George says, hey, do any of your students trade in Europe? The option market is slightly different here. Yes. We do have some traders that are in Europe, but they use something called interactive brokers. They can't use Thinkorswim or Robinhood in Europe. So interactive brokers is best for the outside the US options traders. There is different types of options out there, but interactive brokers gives you the option to trade American options the way we would expect it, obviously. Let's take a look at the Dow. What's moving, what's shaking pre-market. Apple down nearly 1%, Intel down 1.18%, Chevron down 2%, Boeing down 2%, JPM, again, pretty much down across the board. No real kind of green out there. Take a look at semiconductors. They are starting to get weaker. AMD 52-week lows, Nvidia down 2.71%. Again, NASDAQ all red. Very few, if any, kind of bright spots. Let's take a look at Finviz to give us some clarity here. In terms of Finviz, we can go to maps. And you can see pretty much all red across the board. Only couple that are green that I see. Anything that stands out that's green. Norton LifeLock, I guess. I don't know. NASDAQ itself is green. Eversource Energy, even energy companies are down. Just pretty much ugly price action. Trying to find any kind of speck of green. There isn't much to be down. Just post July 4th sells, I guess, as the weekend futures was good yesterday, at least the holiday. But looks like we're starting off on the red foot here. David says, what are your thoughts on buying long-term holds now instead of in a couple months? Is it the thought we were close to hitting bottoms? No, we still need to see those earnings. We need to see those earnings revisions. We need to see those multiples. Again, what might be cheap now might be expensive later. So again, hold off a little bit. I know right now looks like a great time to buy. It isn't. Not yet. Unless you're DCAing for a while now, like I've been doing on SpyG, you're really not doing much here. The only thing I would want to own, and I bought last week, was TLT, which is bonds. I think bonds catch a bid first. Bonds will bottom first before stocks. That's usually the case. XOP, again, I like XOP for the yield. The problem is I'm waiting for $90 to $95 a barrel oil. And once we get there, then I'll start taking a look at possible looking at buying some energy companies, at least for the dividend. But again, let me get it around to 95 to 90, maybe 92.38. That's where I would want to go load up on XOP, CVX, and those names. Yes. But until we break there, I wouldn't touch the energy companies. Just not yet. Again, I think the energy companies are fine. Remember, they were dead money for about 4 years, 3 to 4 years, 3 years ago. And now they're starting to pick up. So again, the dollar's hitting everybody, taking a hit across the board. Do you think stocks will bounce this week or finish lower given CPI next week? It's a good question. Let's go ahead and go to Forex Factory, which is our actual setup here in terms of the calendar. Let's go to this week, a shortened week. Remember, it is Tuesday. I'm going to go ahead and filter this just for the US. Unless you're trading Forex, then you want to see everything else, but we're just doing US. We got jobs openings tomorrow. We have factory orders at 10, so not much going on today. Everything is on the dollar now. Again, recessionary pressures from Europe is mostly the case. ADP non-farm employment change, that's on Thursday. We have FOMC meeting minutes, and we have non-farm payroll. So again, we need a non-farm payroll to be weaker than expected. We need labor pressures to ease. So again, this is one of the very few times that we want jobs numbers to miss. So again, we want a low NFP. We don't want a good one, we want a bad one. Why? Because then we could see that at least labor pressures are coming down, demand's going to come down. Let's see if the Fed eases. The Fed is the one, the Pied Piper. He's the one with the flute. Talking about Powell and the governors. When they lighten up monetary policy, that's when things start shifting up to the upside. Until then, you just got to wait it out and see what the Fed's next move is. We don't have a rate decision. We have Fed meeting minutes on Wednesday. We'll get you that information as we go. But as of right now, we're pretty much in no man's land in terms of S&P. We're still in the middle of that channel that I talked about, that channel here, we're still kind of in the middle. Could we get to 3,900 this week? I mean, sure, but I mean, we got to get to above 38.57, which is your 20-day. Rejected it to the point. We got to break above that. And then 39.20 is your next level on the daily on S&P. If not, if we do break down below 37.40, the lows could be tested of 36.64. Remember, our recent low is 36.39. I'm still watching for 3,500. But a lot of moving parts, guys. We got to look at the Fed. I got to look at the dollar. I got to see VIX. I got to see yields. The yields falling is a good sign. Energy falling is a decent sign. The dollar being up 1.3% is not a good sign. So again, that needs to come down. We'll keep an eye on Dixie today. Sorry for being a little rushed this morning. I know I said I didn't do a video, but guys, I hate not doing a video with you guys. I try to fix it as quick as I can. Luckily, it looks okay. I hope you like the new logo. Big shout out to our tech team and marketing department that helped us out with the logo. I love it. Thank you guys for following as always. Twitter, keep it locked. All information there. Bloomberg reports and articles will be there as well. Have a great rest of your afternoon. I'll catch you guys later for the aftermarket recap at 5 p.m. See you guys then.